What's up, Star Wars fans? My name is Prince, and I'm an urban acolyte. So there is a popular fan theory that is circulating regarding The Mandalorian and Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Basically, this fan theory has sprung up based on what we saw at the conclusion of Chapter 1 of the Mandalorian series regarding the package that the Mandalorian is supposed to be rescuing, and if little baby bounty hunter Yoda could turn up in The Rise of Skywalker. There are actually two fan theories. Both of them have to do with a possible connection between The Mandalorian and Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. The first one that I saw is asking if little baby Yoda, who at this point in time, or at that point in time in the timeline, by the time of the events of The Rise of Skywalker, would be almost 80 years old, is asking, is he going, or she, are they going to be the key to defeating Palpatine? Meaning that Palpatine had the big showdown with Master Yoda during Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars Episode 3, but would a younger, more agile, more green, more wet behind the ears, but with a younger Yoda type Jedi pose a threat, or potentially be able to defeat an aged and weakened Palpatine that we might see in Star Wars Episode 9. Now, I mean, we do know that this child of Yoda's species is indeed Force sensitive, could be very powerful in the Force. We've only seen two creatures of this species in canon, and that is Yaddle, who mysteriously disappeared sometime between the events of Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones in that 10-year span, and then of course Yoda. Now, one of the big speculations right now is that Yaddle's disappearance. This child was born, roughly around the same time as Anakin, and they feel that Yaddle's disappearance could have something to do with her hiding this child, if she is indeed the mother, or is related to the child, or is aware of the child's existence, that she hid the child, and the child's just been hidden away somewhere and kind of been watched over, protected, or whatever. We don't know. Maybe somebody, the Nitco, were planning on making this kid a slave. We don't know. Big mystery. It's something that I, in my Mandalorian Chapter 1 review video, go back and watch that if you haven't seen it, but I asked about, what is the story of this child going to be moving forward. I had some people comment that they feel like this is just a one-off thing. But if you've seen Chapter 2 of The Mandalorian, which I'm going to be reviewing shortly, then you know that Chapter 2 is all about that child and getting, I guess, him completing his mission, returning back to get his reward, right? So now, since I'm on that topic, recall that the doctor who was there, I don't know these characters' names right now. I got to start taking notes on everything, characters and planets and whatnot, so I can have my information more on point as I continue to do these videos. But the doctor appears to have a patch from the Camino Labs, which means this doctor has possibly worked with the cloners there on Camino, who are, responsible for growing the clone army, right? This doctor wanted that child retrieved alive. Now, there are other bounty hunters, the IG-11 droid, and then we later find out that there are Trandoshans who also were tracking that child. They all want it dead, right? So it appears that somebody in the Empire wants this, even though they say dead or alive, they seem to be saying dead first, right? Recall IG-11 was like, yo, man, we're supposed to terminate the target, right? Bring it back dead, right? They're going to dissect it, whatever. This doctor wants it alive. Now, this ties into the other speculation, is that this doctor is working for Palpatine. Palpatine's trying to uncover why Yoda's species, why they live so long, right? But Yoda's species isn't the only species that has long life. Maz Kanata is right up there in age with Yoda too. She's around 900 too. She might be older because she talked about, you know, the Sith and being around to see that, right? Possibly Darth Bane, or I don't know. Well, maybe she was just talking, to be saying something, to tell something to the audience, right? That, you know, first there was the Sith, then there was the Empire, now there's the First Order. There's always darkness to be defeating each generation, and, you know, it's up to the next generation for their heroes to step up, right? Basically, she's saying, look, the Force is always doing this thing. It's always out of balance, and it's up to somebody to balance the Force, to go to you know, to inform these people who haven't been paying attention, that say, well, Anakin didn't do his job, and the when is a chosen one going to step up to balance the Force once and for all? There's never going to be the Force balance once and for all. You got to wipe out life if you want that to happen, right? Like even Darth Treya was wrong. Of course, that was a very misguided view of the Force, right? If you want to defeat the Force to balance it, you got to kill the Force's life. You got to kill off everybody, right? We're talking about life. The theory is that this doctor wants this Yoda species, little baby Yoda, to be retrieved so that they can unlock the secrets of long life that this species has, in order for Palpatine to, you know, extend his life so that he can live longer. Now, one of the articles that I read that presented the species talked about the possibility of Palpatine making little baby Yoda his apprentice, or that he can use that creature to transfer his essence. First off, let's the essence transfer thing, that's a Legends thing. Toss that out. Now, I mean, I'll be honest with y'all. I actually recorded this video earlier about this theory before I saw Chapter 2 of The Mandalorian. And I was like, oh, I got to re-record the video because some of the stuff I said. But I did ask the question about, like, what do you guys think about, you know, this carrying over this way with Episode 9? I think that there will be things that could carry over. I mean, it's all canon, right? It's all fair game. But I feel like The Mandalorian is kind of its own storyline, meaning that if the things we see here, we see at a later point in the timeline, it's going to be directly connected to that and the people that are following this show, right? If there's anything in Episode 9 that connects to The Mandalorian, it's going to be something that's like fan service, like seeing Hera piloting the Ghost and hearing her name, General Syndulla, in Rogue One, something like that. Like we might see the Mandalorian ship in some space scenes in The Rise of Skywalker or something. But I mean, you're talking about Baby Yoda defeating Palpatine. Then what's the purpose of Rey and Kylo Ren? And, like, what's the purpose of them if you're going to have this other character that shows up in Act 3 of movie number 3 to defeat the big bad guy? I mean, yeah, that would be awesome. That, hey man, we saw that on The Mandalorian, but the casual fans who aren't watching Disney Plus and they're not watching The Mandalorian, and they might not even know anything about the show until after, you know, when we're in the middle of Star Wars mania and like probably 5-6 weeks from now, right? Think about it. The casual fans are not watching right now. They'll probably, oh, Disney Plus, and there's this new show and some other new stuff. Star Wars stuff is on this Disney Plus, this new streaming, right? They're not watching this. So I feel like it's too much. And I really, like I said, I don't see the point in introducing this new character into this movie, this sequel trilogy, this sequel saga, if it's supposed to be about the Skywalkers. Let's, like I said in my review video, go back and watch it if you haven't seen it. Little baby Yoda, future Grandmaster of the Jedi, after Rey has done her thing. Let's let them come around in a book, a comic book or something, and then the next generation of Jedi Boom, there's little baby Yoda leading them, right? Right now, it's about Rey and what she's doing. And maybe she passes the torch on, or maybe they join forces. But that's got to happen after this, because you got to, I mean, like, well, if this kid is a Jedi, then doesn't Kylo Ren kill him? Like, well, Kylo Ren wiped out the Jedi. I'm gonna go with right now, this kid doesn't meet Luke, doesn't come into whatever is going on with Luke. He's got to train on his own, right? He's got to learn about the Jedi on his own. I don't say train because you don't actually need to train to use the Force, right? I don't know how many times we need to say that. Little baby Yoda picked up a freaking woolly mammoth rhinoceros thing with no training. Baby Yoda, right? Force lifted him. Froze him and force lifted him, right? You don't need to train to use the Force. The training is to be a Jedi, right? There's a difference. If you don't know the difference, you don't need to be having this argument. Star Wars theory. I'm gonna get that dude for the comments he made on Freddie Prinze Jr.'s video, but I'm gonna be nice about it, right? I was gonna really nail him, and I was like, nah, I'm up here recording with Lord Buddha in the background, right? Where's Lord Buddha? Lord Buddha, where you at? Right? It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm trying to keep it more positive now. Be a more mature version of myself. Ladies mellowing me out. But those are my thoughts on this theory. Like, they sound cool to the people that are excited about this. I'm glad that people are excited about Star Wars and they're coming up with all these fan theories and stuff. But man, you're doing too much. Let's give little baby Yoda his own story on the timeline. Let's let him grow up, grow into Jedi Master, do his thing. Let's find out what his story is right here, right now with The Mandalorian, 5 years after Return of the Jedi, right? We can tell all kinds of adventures. We don't need a young Yoda movie. We got a young Yoda, a new Yoda, where we don't have to go back in the past and tell stuff and retcon stuff and do all of that. Let's tell some new stories about this kid and move him forward and catch him up to the timeline, and then let Rian Johnson take over with that. And if you think Rian Johnson ruined Star Wars, then oh well, I guess you SOL, because I'm hoping Rian Johnson picks up with little baby and some cool stuff, and I'm gonna be right here to watch it, whether I'm in Asia or in the USA, which I really don't want to go back to the USA because I'm loving Asia. I'm along for the ride, so I'm gonna keep on breathing, keep on training, lifting, coaching future urban acolyte trainees, and doing my thing. And I want more stories, original stories with little baby Yoda. What about you? Do you guys want to see little baby Yoda in Star Wars Episode 9, or do you want new, fresh, original stories with a new Yoda leading a new Jedi Order in the future, and we can keep people hating Star Wars and have something, a fresh new page where every possibility is on the table, and they can actually listen to what fans want when you have new stories and you're not tied down to fulfilling George Lucas's vision and carrying out his hopes and dreams for what he started, right? This is why they can't listen to the fans right now, because they're trying to stick to what George Lucas handed them, right? So I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm seeing something that other folks aren't. I don't know. But I'm going to leave that up to you. What do you guys think? You want new stories with little baby Yoda, or do you want these fan theories to come true in Episode 9? Because it's the only way to save these crappy movies, right? So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be checking back to see what you all have to say. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, click that subscribe button, and take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Embark on the journey to become the hero of your own story, become a force for change in your community. You can continue to support the channel by sharing this video. Share it on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Some of y'all do Reddit. Share it on Reddit. Share it on all the Reddit posts, because actually this fan theory started on Reddit. Share it there and say Urban Acolyte says your theory sounds good, but it would be better to just give little baby Yoda his own story. I don't know. Y'all can start the conversation and use this video to start your conversation in your Star Wars groups. How about that? So anyway, that's how y'all can help the community grow, help me grow, so I can make more of these videos for you guys. Because if not, hey man, I just started another business out here. Hey man, me and my girl trying to start a restaurant. So, you know, I can focus on the rice and curry business and, I don't know, leave Star Wars to Alex and Molly and Stupendous Wave and all y'all's favorite Star Wars channels. But anyway, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing. May the force of others be with you. Always.